All right, what's up? This is Fantasy Fling back for another rendition of the Underdog contest. Basically, the weekly winners and also the weekly contest. So I like the weekly winners because it's a season long best ball slash DFS format, and then we have the new just every week daily drafts from Underdog. So we're gonna dive into both. Want to see what's working in the top 10 lineups. And obviously, if you watched the games last week, you played some DFS, you did some of these drafts, like you pretty much understand, what we're going to be seeing here as far as the stacks, the kind of stacks, the game environments that you needed to take this down. So the top lineup scored 259 points, which is really high for this format. I mean, on DraftKings, the winning Millie Maker scored 296. So almost or 294, whatever it was almost 300 points. So crazy high scoring week. Without further ado, we had Justin Herbert, and there was a stack there. So Justin Herbert to Keenan Allen. No other players in that game. So Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams, Adam Thielen, these dudes all smashed. And obviously you had the Justin Herbert stack. And on the other side, you had Minnesota, but I'm not seeing any of those players here. Obviously, you had a Jimmy G to Devontae Adams stack as well. And then, Devin Achane and Raheem Mostert. This is crazy because you're probably, when you draft like this, you're probably just drafting Raheem Mostert, and he's going to be the starter. If he gets hurt, maybe Achane could come in, maybe he can have a spike game here or two, and you can get the nuts. Really shocking to see both of these players end up in the same winning build. I believe on DraftKings, for example, in the Millie Maker, Achane was less than 1% on. So extremely unlikely, but things happen. That's why we play this game. DFS, weekly winners, best ball meets DFS. So you love it. They scored 70 points, and that's how two running backs end up in the same build. Also, Kenneth Walker had a pretty great game as well. So there's a little game stack there with Adam Thielen, who we obviously went over. And then at tight end, it was Pat Freiermuth. So this lineup scored 259 points. It just goes to show in this contest, you want to target stacks. You want to be doing game stacks, team stacks. This is for those who are maybe play best ball, but are newer to weekly winners. This is kind of a large field GPP, and you're trying to be the top scoring team 1 week. It's not season long. You're trying to have the best score, and you advance into the playoffs, and then you have that top score that 1 week at the end once you've beat out a lot of the field. This is a field of what there was 100 or 13,000 in this field. So pretty remarkable. $20,000 to first place. So that's what first place had. Second place was 12 points behind. So had a Jordan Love stack, we're gonna guess. Again, Raheem Mostert and Devin Achane. So that seems to be the constant right there. And and it does make sense. If you were drafting, you can understand Devin Achane. He was a late round target. So pick 108. He not expected to get a ton of carries, but they're going to scheme him open. He's a receiving back. He's got a lot of speed. He fits great in this offense. Kind of like a lottery ticket that you just kind of pick. Most of the time you're thinking, oh, well, I got, Delvin Cook. I got Gainwell. Mostert can't stay healthy. Maybe I'll take a shot on Achane. Well, it worked out. So let's see. Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers. So that's pretty crazy, right? You lost Aaron Rodgers, but it didn't matter. And in regular best ball, this probably would have mattered a lot. This probably would have tanked your season. But you only had to be the best 1 week. So lost Aaron Rodgers, still did quite well. Achane, obviously Mostert, Gainwell. So, and then Delvin Cook, kind of had a Rodgers-Cook stack. And then Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams, Adam Thielen, and Mike Evans. So really stacked a wide receiver this week. And just kind of one-offs here. So Don't have Justin Herbert. Don't have Jimmy G. Doesn't matter. Pretty heavy on the New York Jets stacks, and just very unfortunate that it happened the way it did with Rodgers this year. But nonetheless, won $10,000. So for second place. And then let's take a look at third place. So Tua and A-Chain and Raheem Mostert. So that seems to be clearly the constant right there. Kenneth Walker too, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Debo. So this lineup clearly targeted a Tua stack with Tyreek Hill. So Tyreek Hill was obviously the first round pick here, pick number 5. And then, targeted Tua. Got Waddle too. Wow. That's how you do it. That is how you target a contest like this. So Tua, Waddle, and Hill double stack. And then, was still able to get Adams. I'm guessing Adams was probably the second round pick. Or was he going in the third? Yeah, in the second, later in the second. And then, kind of did 0 RB here, which really worked out, right? I'm guessing Kenneth Walker was the first running back taken. Pick 53, maybe Dobbins. Pick 77. So, kind of went 0 RB. So ended up getting Kenneth Walker and then, targeted guys late and specifically for a weekly winners a format. I really think that's the great way to play it. You target the stack, the high end, the ceiling guys, and then you look at some guys that can pop off any 1 week. Raheem Mostert, Devin A-Chain, Kenneth Walker, is kind of that guy that's going to give you a good floor and good ceiling, as you saw here this week. So really good lineup. And let's take a look at a couple more of these real quick. Same thing. Tua, A-Chain, Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, Durham Smythe. So that was a good play this week. We played a lot of Durham Smythe in DFS. And, Devontae Adams as well. So that seems to be the constant. If you can get Tyreek Hill and coming back and get Devontae Adams, and then you make sure that Tua stack works, you gotta get Tua to make that stack work. And then, Kenneth Walker was obviously the first running back that was targeted here. Just looking at these guys, definitely the first. And we'll look at the last guy. Tua, A-Chain, Mostert, Kenneth Walker. I mean, these lineups are almost identical. This one has a Jimmy G and Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill. So not very surprising. Pretty much the same kind of build. And these are more so picking from the 5th spot, right? 8. Wow. So got good value there. But this was obviously a week where, Miami picking or scoring 70 points. That's obviously what it's going to take for those stacks to 100% smash. So, let's keep that in mind. Looking at weekly winners, obviously. The best thing about this is we do have a new format coming soon. And it's week 6. So I believe it's going to be the resurrection contest. So it's kind of, your chance at another part of the season. So I've done some season-long leagues like that, like mid-season madness and stuff like that. And those are pretty fun. So, keep that in mind when you do have that chance to really target some stacks that you like, what you're seeing, where you think the rest of the season is going to go, how it's going to play out. Those are things that you want to target, the type of stacks and players that you want the rest of the way. So let's look at week 3. So I want to look at a couple contests. Obviously, more large field GPP contests. And this one, let's see how many entries there were in this one. So it's 3,000. So this is kind of one, I like to have a little bit of a diverse portfolio. These 1,000 contests, these 3,000 contests, they're much easier to win than we'll see when we go back to this other one. Like the Dog Bowl qualifier, this one is, you see a higher score won this contest. And there's 32,000 entries. So 9 points less or whatever it may have been is going to win a contest that's smaller, obviously, as opposed to this bigger contest. You're going to need a higher score to win this. So let's go with this one, and then we'll take a look at the small one, and we'll wrap this up. So just Deshaun Watson. Yeah, because these contests, they're very minimal. You're only drafting 6 players. So you can only draft 1 quarterback. You could draft 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. So you kind of got to have an even build. So you really need to plan out who you want to target. And, if you're willing to take a punt. So my format for these, I treat it kind of like I would a traditional DFS contest where, like a cash game, for example, I know tight end has a lot of variance. So I'm kind of looking to do some late round guys. And I'm guessing Sam Laporta probably was one of the later picks. Yeah, pick number 42. So one of the last guys taken because, it's only 6, I believe, 6 rounds, obviously, in these contests. So, a later pick, you kind of want to target your Keenan Allens, your Kenneth Walkers, first and foremost, and then you take a guy like Laporta. So, Deshaun and Elijah Moore. So a little bit of stacking there. You see Kenneth Walker, Raheem Mostert. They are one-offs, and then Sam Laporta. So just one little stack. And it certainly makes sense when you're only drafting 6 players. I don't think you have to get too crazy with it, right? You're just going to kind of play the best plays, and put a stack in there for a contest like this. Now, 32,000 is a good amount, but it's not crazy. It's not like 100,000, not 200,000. So don't always think it's super necessary. But yeah, playing some great plays in good game environments. That's clearly what was targeted here. So we got Jared Goff. And there's no Laporta. So Jared Goff was basically a one-off here. Kenneth Walker, Raheem Mostert, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, and Kyle Pitts. So you don't have a single stack for second place. That's pretty remarkable. Yeah. So playing the best plays, 1 point back. I'm guessing that's kind of an outlier, and most of these had a stack, though. So yeah, Jared Goff, Sam Laporta, Raheem Mostert, not stacked. Keenan Allen, Christian Kirk, and Tank Dell. So Tank Dell was a great play. We're all over it at DFS Army. I do content as well at dfsarmy.com. If that's something that you are into, in addition to these daily drafts, these weekly winners, check us out. So many winners over at DFS Army. We do DraftKings, FanDuel, cash games, Larfield GPPs, showdowns, you name it. So many takedowns. So go check us out. If you do decide to sign up, use code FantasyFling for 10% off a VIP subscription. But yeah, we were all over Tank Dow, Keenan Allen, Raheem Mostert, a lot of the big plays last week. So I just looked at this one. Let's look at 4th place. So this one had a stack. Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. And then had Laporta, Gabe Davis, Pacheco, and Raheem Mostert as a one-off. So Raheem Mostert was in all these builds. And that's really no surprise. I'm guessing, Devin A-Chain, like I was kind of talking about before with the difference, season-long best ball, but like in a DFS format is weekly winners, right? So you draft before the season, and you're kind of playing, well, maybe A-Chain will take over at some point, or, some guys will get hurt. He'll have a great week. This format, though, you're drafting ahead of the week. So really, most people weren't on A-Chain this week because it's Raheem Mostert's backfield. A-Chain hadn't played that much. Like, no one expected him to go off the way he did. And that's why you're not seeing him in any of these top lineups, because he probably was hardly drafted. But you got Tua and Raheem Mostert here in this lineup. And then that's going to be the stack, and Kenneth Walker, Keenan Allen, Jerry Jeudy, and David Njoku. So those are your top 5 lineups. And then Dog Bowl qualifier. Let's go ahead and look at this one. Wait, we didn't just look at this. We did just look at this one. So we wanted to look at the other one, goal line stand. All right. So, Scotty, we got Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, a lot of the same guys, right? So far. So, Raheem Mostert, he has been the constant in every single lineup that we've seen. I'm guessing that'll be the same for all of these. Yep, Raheem Mostert. This one had Keenan Allen as well. Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Thomas, Adam Thielen, and Hunter Henry. So yeah, kind of as I was alluding to earlier, the last guy that was probably picked was going to be Hunter Henry, or I suppose it could be Adam Thielen or Michael Thomas. Yeah, right around there. But yeah, kind of as I was saying about the variants, these guys did better, and they were picked later than Hunter Henry because that's just how it goes at tight end. This one, Deshaun Watson, Elijah Moore. This did have a team stack of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. And then, of course, we had Raheem Mostert and Evan Ingram. CJ Stroud. Was it no Stroud and Dell? Kind of surprised by that. But Raheem Mostert. And, it's probably because you got him late. Yeah, 64. Pick 64. And you obviously went after Keenan Allen early. That was the first pick. Andrews was probably the second pick. Yeah, pick 16. We got Thielen, late pick, 57. Garrett Wilson, 40. Keenan Allen obviously was the first. And then, yeah, we had Raheem Mostert at 33. So, good lineup, won $1,000. Good for Chris. And we'll look at FanFun, the last one here. So, we got a Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson. That was a good stack, too. And, that stack might have been in a lot more winning builds if Miami doesn't score 70 points. That's just how it goes. Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Raheem Mostert, James Conner. So Raheem Mostert being the most constant. I've seen a little bit of Garrett Wilson and Laporta. So yeah, Mostert and Laporta, pretty constant in a lot of lineups, and obviously a little bit of Keenan Allen mixed in there as well. So that's gonna wrap it up for this week. For the review, I will do a drafters review as well. So I want to take a look at that. And then Saturday morning, I think we're going to do a few live drafts. So keep a lookout for that. I want to start drafting just a few of these contests and reviewing a few more each and every week. So that'll do it. We'll see you next week.